Hello and welcome to Plate Stack Chat. My name is Jason, and on this show, I'm joined by some wonderful people in the world of fitness, and we have someone special with us today. Of course, just a little reminder that this show is kindly supported by Strivey. So if you're looking for a way to track your fitness, the Strivey app can help you with that. Also, I'm still running a giveaway for tickets for Coaches Congress in London on my Instagram. Speaking of, if you follow me at all on social media, and if not, why not? You can Jason Fitness Media, go give it a follow. You will have seen me trying to use a monorope, or if you've bumped into me in person at an event and I'm not wearing a suit, there's a good chance I'm wearing a Wodaptive t-shirt. Well, today's guest is one of the founders of Wodaptive. He's also one of the first adaptive athletes to compete in a mainstream British weightlifting competition as he continues to help create more opportunities for adaptive athletes. Here to talk about this and so much more, it's Nigel Barber, who from now we will call Nige. Yeah. I just had to do it officially for the intro, but now, you know, now you're Nige. Don't worry, you're not in trouble.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nige, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Yourself?
I'm well, all the better for seeing you. You know that. You know that. It's always a pleasure when. What's weird is most of my guests, I will have spoken to far more online than in person.
Yeah.
And you're one of the first that I'm like, no, I think I've seen you more in person than we've done anything like this. So it feels strange to me, but I quite like it.
Admittedly, it's the first time I've seen you in a suit.
Well, the suit came in, you know, that was a more recent addition, wasn't it? Probably not long after. I'm trying to think, when were you in Birmingham for the Wodaptive?
That was February for Gymshark.
Yeah, so probably not that long after that is when I upgraded my wardrobe and said, you know what, if we're going to do this professionally, we've got to look the part. Which means I'm wearing less and less Wodaptive t-shirts, you know that, but
I'll have to get you a Wodaptive shirt.
yeah, do it, or tie, whatever you prefer. But it's funny because actually, like when I was in Florida, I took two suits. So I had a suit for Friday, a suit for Saturday. But Friday morning when I went out, sort of before doing any of this kind of stuff, and I just went to the venue to have a little look around, of course, I'm wearing my Wodaptive t-shirt. So if you look in my reel of all the like selfies that I did, I'm either in a suit, or I've got the everyday athlete t-shirt on. So
did you take the monorope though?
Right, we got to talk about this. I did take the monorope.
Okay.
I had it in my bag, and I had every intention to get athletes to try and use it. So on the Friday, the day before the event, I went down and I had it in my bag. I was like, this is the opportunity. I was told initially that 2 of the 4 teams would be there practicing. In the end, only 1 of the teams went to practice.
Right.
And while they were practicing, I was on a meeting with the live stream people because I'd been, very kindly invited to be part of the live stream the next day. And then I took it with me again on the Saturday. But obviously, teams were either warming up to compete or they just lost their playoff match or championship match and were not
in the right frame,
in the best frame of mind for me to be like, hey, still think you're great athletes. So, it went all the way with me to Florida. It's come all the way back with me. And the search continues. But,
you'll find those.
I was going to say, I've got some other places. I'm going to take it to Coaches Congress.
Yeah.
If I can get Rich Froning to do it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's got to be the one, right? I got to see. Okay, it's a new goal anyway. Let's see if we can pull that off. But yes, there we go. But I do you think I'll be able to learn to do double unders on it? That's the real question.
You should be able to.
Yeah,
I mean, Henry Dunn can do them, so
Henry Dunn.
It's possible. It is possible to achieve a double under on a monorope. So
yeah. All right. Well,
something worth trying.
I was thinking about what if I just take the monorope with me when they program any skipping in the workout at the local bar, and they'll be like, oh, so it's double. I'm not doing double unders. I'm going to be doing monorope skips. Like, Jason, what's wrong?
Try it and see. You never know. You might get the double unders.
I might, exactly. Yes. I'm trying to get a triple under with a normal rope and a double under with a monorope. Yeah. Well, it's good to have goals. I think
by Christmas.
Of 2064 or something. Future event. speaking of, so we talked about last time I saw you were at the Gymshark HQ.
Yeah.
Have you run anything else between now and then that I've missed? I know that you've been at other,
so we've done, since that one, there was the British Weightlifting Adaptive Open.
Yeah.
That was in May. And I'd done, took a couple of para athletes to the British Functional Fitness finals as part of the invitational for the start of next year.
Right.
Because behind the scenes, there's myself and a group of other para athletes and some other people in the background that are helping to set up the divisions for British Functional Fitness for next year to then bring that to the UK.
So will that just be for the British Functional Fitness, or is that trying to then get incorporated into the IF3?
It's going to then hopefully be incorporated into the international. It's something we're working on, and it will hopefully all come together. There's a lot of meetings that go on in the background, and we're slowly getting through sorting out all the information and everything that needs to go with it. But we're getting there. The team that are involved, they know what they're doing. They're good experts of adaptive fitness and the way things work, and it's something that's coming together nicely that hopefully will be well received in January. BF3 themselves reached out to us to have a conversation to see whether it's something we could do, and it's a case of I don't see why it's not something we can create, and more meetings with people, got it all involved, and the committee's partially formed, and we're working on stuff in the background. So
so for you, for that, because if people haven't seen like IF3 and BF3 and how that works, is that you've got these the workout, whereas like your CrossFit workout is very mixed, right? You've got you're going to be doing
a 90 minute,
and then
it's a 90-minute workout, and within that 90 minutes you've got 5 or 6 workouts with breaks in between, but they are literally covering strength, stamina, speed within 90 minutes. And I mean, when we were there, we were watching, I think it was the teens, and what they were doing within the same workouts that the para athletes had. It was just insane. And you saw them on the floor, and it's like, what have I got people into? But the 6 that went, they absolutely smashed it, and they just got on with it like most of us do. But there's a few in puddles. There's Ben, who was quite happily going up and down a rope out of his chair like nobody's business. But it was just a good day. But it was just to show that this is happening, it's coming. We're working on it in the background, and hopefully more will come.
Do you know if any of the other, because the thing with the IF3 is obviously it's all the different, so we've got the British one here, but then there's all the different sort of countries that have got their version of it. Obviously,
we're hoping it all gets incorporated.
Is running the Luxembourg one.
In theory, we're hopeful that it all gets sent across to all of the countries to do it.
Nice.
We're not sure yet. That's not a discussion we've had. We're just hoping. We were just there to set up the British side, and then hopefully the international side of it will get incorporated from, as far as I can tell, what we've created here, but not fully sure.
Yeah, but that's nice. I mean, you're sort of just. I think a lot of the time it's people kind of like, we could do that, but we just, it's almost that. Where do we start? Like, it's a good idea. We'd love to do it, but where do we start? But if they can just say, well, look, the workouts, because that's again the way it works is that once the workouts are there, it's like, well, that's the workout, and it's sort of locked in. So it's just like, well, here's the workout. If you want to do it, that's the workout. You just need to, find the facility to host it and put it on and get the athletes. Like
Forge Fitness is if you've ever been there, it's a massive gym. I've never seen a box that size before. The CrossFit Pi that I go to, where my coach is at Martin, I mean that's an 8,000 square foot, and this place was bigger than that. And you're looking up at the ceiling, thinking you can't do rope climbs from the ceiling because it's like 40 foot up in the air. So, but it's got the space. They Mark up there, he's doing a great job in running the BF3 over here, and we're just part of it, trying to make it more inclusive for people in the UK.
I see that you've got your fingers in like a lot of different adaptive pies around. So you've got the BF3, you've got the British weightlifting.
Yeah,
you were just at Southwest Regionals as well, right? The other week.
Yeah, Rich from Southwest Regionals reached out, but that partly came about because he's involved with British Functional Fitness.
Yeah,
and he wants to incorporate para-athletes to that as well, which is great. I mean, more comps that have it in the UK, then it's even better. There is a few other comps in the UK that have got it. The George and the Hambo Foundation, they do their own seated one. They did theirs at Loughborough Uni in June, which is always a good one to go to. George is evil with his programming. But it's kind of, he comes to mine, I'm evil with what I chuck out. So he gets.
I was going to say it's brave of you to call someone else evil with the programming, because usually your workout, I know the way your team at Wodaptive is set up is that generally the three of you, one of you kind of write a workout each.
Yeah.
Your one tends to be the most gruesome of the three.
Admittedly, there was a few. I mean, Abby, she didn't like the rowing and thrusters in February, but you know, you've programmed something fun and entertaining when there's 5 or 6 people flipping you the bird because they're dying on the floor. And as you saw, there was quite a few people dying on the floor. But you go with what equipment you've got to make something fun, maybe.
Fun? Question mark.
Fun. But yeah, it's the same with our comp at the weekend. We've got a 4th workout at the weekend, which we've partnered with the guys from Herbshoot. So they're going to be there. Para-athletes going to be doing that, and they're able-bodied partners. So we've got that as a 4th workout that they get to do throughout the day at some point, because it doesn't need to be about lifting weights, chucking it around and dying on the floor. You can have a bit of fun as well. So,
and as you said, some people that is fun. Not everyone.
No,
not everyone. What's interesting is, so obviously, it kind of breaks down into 2 quite different things, right? Because the BF3 stuff is, that's got to be done as a very specific way in order to meet the criteria. When you're going to like Southwest Regionals and you're just saying we want to have like an adaptive division at this event, again, it's kind of having to fit the theme, I guess, of that event.
Yeah, it's taking their workouts that James St. Ledger's programmed, which, I mean, some of the stuff he programmed for it, the outside on the running track, there was a few people that were not happy, and that wasn't from our side, because you saw them coming in and they were just dying on the floor. That was it. That was quite entertaining to watch. And then you've got our guys going round and they're just getting on with it, and everybody else who's there sat on the floor rocking and got ice packs on them because of the heat and stuff. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day.
If you got a track, you got to use it, haven't you?
That's the thing. I mean, the home of old Sid, so they used it well. The workouts that were done on the floor, we adapted them for the divisions, and I'd say 90% went well for what we'd done. There's always going to be a few snags somewhere, but we did it. So,
especially when you're having to adapt other people's workouts, and and when you're just like a part of a bigger thing, it's not. compared to your event where it's, you know, Wodaptive is the event with we're in complete control and we can do what, you know, do what we want. We can move things around the way we need. We can make adjustments on the fly the way we need to because we're in control.
Yeah.
Versus being
Ian, who's the head judge of our Wodaptive comps, he's taken on a few new roles of head of logistics and stuff for me as well. He was there on the day, but he's very good at adapting to situations that turn up within minutes.
Yeah.
So we weren't, one of the things at Southwest Regionals was we weren't given some of the score sheets. So to make it easier, we tweaked one of the workouts to make it easier all round for people judging and everything else, which he just did that within seconds. In his mind, he was just like, yeah, we're just going to do this. So having a good team behind me is I can't fault it. I mean, yes, I'm the face of it. I'm the money man. I'm the organizer, but there's a lot that goes on with Craig and Ben and Ian that I'm grateful for them for what they do for the competition, because without them, it wouldn't be where it is now.
Yeah, and I think when you're there, like if anyone's been to a Wodaptive competition or if they go in the future, like you can see how all three of you are like, and Ian as well, like you're all fitting into these different roles, and it is a team that's working together, and everybody kind of knows what they're doing, and it does feel like if you removed one that day, if you just took one away, you'd notice very quickly.
I do everything in the background. I set up the comp the day before. On the day, I hand it over to Ben and Craig, and then I just sit there and watch the fun.
You always have a grin on your face as you see people just sort of. It does feel like you set it all up, and then you're just like, I just need to sit back and just watch it go. The chaos.
I mean, the chaos does come. I mean, the two you've been to, you've seen what fun can be had.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about these events for a second, because they're also very different from all the other ones we've just mentioned. Basically, there's a big difference for a Wodaptive competition and I don't say, let's say 90% of other adaptive competitions.
Yeah.
We'll leave that 10% little there just in case. I know there's one or two other events that do similar things. So, so the way you run it is that it's a pairs competition, basically.
Pairs competition. So it's based more on.
Oh, Nigel has just left me. Normally, when a guest disappears like this, I've got another guest at the same time and we're able to talk together, but at the moment it's just me, so that's a little bit scary. Let's have a look and see. He's back. Here we go.
Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there.
That's all right. I was saying, because I was having to talk, I said, normally if like a guest drops out and disappears, I've got another guest on, and so we'll continue talking. And I was like, it's just me. So
as I was saying, the comp itself is based on your team setup rather than what your disability is. I asked for their disability classification so that we know what we're programming for, and then it goes from there. But one of the things when I had the chat with Ben and Craig was, how can we make it a bit different to make it more inclusive for the people, rather than it just being, this is your disability, this is what you're doing. And so we keep it as male, female, female teams. You sign up. You can sign up as whatever team setup you want to do. Just grab yourself a partner and come along. It's been. I mean, our comp in next weekend is our 5th one. We've learnt from the very first one. The main thing in the first one was not to do it in the hottest day of the summer in a greenhouse in CrossFit Verileo.
Lesson learned.
I think it was like 32 degrees in there. One of the things I do for everybody that competes is they get a Wodaptive freebie, and it changes every comp. And me being me, because it's September, it's like, well, we're going to head into the autumn, winter. Gave him a woolly hat.
Oh, nice.
I still get ribbed for that now, but it's one of those that happens. And yeah, I mean, you've got people in there with no t-shirts on doing workouts, and then every now and then you see a woolly hat coming out because
that person hasn't been working hard enough.
Clearly. It's just the hilarity from it. But the boxes that we've been to, they've been
Nigel's frozen.
They've enjoyed having us there and showing what we can do.
Yeah.
But it worked. It seems to work well. It's carried on. The numbers have increased every comp, and hopefully that will continue.
So the two that I've been at, I think maybe just before the final event or just after the final event, it's sort of been announced the registration is opened for the next event.
Yeah.
And it's been almost sold out by the end of the competition, basically.
The Gymshark one sold out, was the quickest one to sell out. It went in 9 hours. And then we had another 22 teams on the waiting list. We were trying to rack our heads on how can we get more people there to do it. But we couldn't. It just physically wasn't possible within the time constraints of the Gymshark Lifting Club.
And that's not a huge space either. Like you had to even the way you'd had to like set up the lanes and stuff was it was more like an L shape, wasn't it, to kind of try and
it's, if we could have had a bigger area it would have been great, but how often do you get to go to the Gymshark Lifting Club?
Well, I've never been before, so
it's something that you don't get access to very often, purely because it's not open to the general public. It's unless you work for Gymshark or they've got one of the events, that's the only way you can get in there. To have the chance to go in there and do that was amazing. I mean, then we reached out to them, and I thought, this is never going to happen. And then to get a response saying, come on, we'll do this. It was great. So,
and I mean, it worked. And I guess it's that kind of one of those things where if you're going to if you're competing and you're going, like, it's a nice feather in the cap of like, oh, we went to this event, at the Gymshark Lifting Club, it's a good story for later when you're telling people about events you've been to, right?
I never expected 2 years in to be like, oh yeah, we're going to the Gymshark, being part of the Gymshark set up for it, and I'm like, this is just insane. But it worked.
But this is the past, Nigel. Yes. This is little Wodaptive. This is little. Yeah. I'm hearing rumors swirling around that next year is going to be big.
So February next year, it will still be the mixed pairs. It will still be the same setup for everybody to compete. I heavily invested into the idea and of Wodaptive itself, purely because I have a passion for it, and it's something that's I've got the balls by the horns to get it going. So in the past year, we've been collecting equipment, to the extent that I have got a 28-meter competition rig purchased. We've got flooring, barbells and plates that have been purchased from brands in the UK that are helping us, echo bikes, rowers, ski ergs, T-Venture making us something fun for them to use in February. They're making us adaptive worms, which is going to be quite interesting to see. Southwest Regionals, I purchased some of their parallel bars from the comp floor and a 40-foot shipping container to put it all in. which is kindly being stored at the venue that we're going to be using, which is Treetop School in Grays in Essex.
All right. Wow.
So
Okay.
we've got a massive car park to use. The venue's all set up for people with disabilities. We've got a dedicated sports hall that's 27 meters long. It means that part of the rig won't get used, but it's still big enough. We've got the ability to have a full-on vendor village as well. So it's going to become a proper competition with a home.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause Ian a lot of headaches to set it up.
Yeah. So when you say with a home, is this the idea?
This is where we're going to be staying.
Right.
The school want us there for as long as we want to be there. The rig and all the equipment is there or stored nearby.
Yeah.
If the weather's all right for our second one of the year, it means that we can do it outside on one of the playgrounds. So we can turn it into a full-on social event as well as the competition. The competition's the main part. It's the community and the social part of it for a lot of them beforehand that makes Wodaptive what it is.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from when I went, the couple of times I've been, was I go to quite a few events within the UK. We've mentioned Origins, we've mentioned like UK Champs, places like, and even among the kind of the scaled divisions or intermediate divisions and things like that, you start to see the same people, kind of like you people that like to compete, and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen these people around the floor. And then at Wodaptive, beyond the adaptive athletes, there were all these other people that I'm like, I've never seen any of these people before. Like I've never seen these people at any events or anything like that. And then I'm speaking to them, as I do, and that's where they're coming out with things like, well, my partner is an adaptive athlete, and this is the only time we'll ever do a workout, like a competition together. So I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I'm doing it because I can do it with them, or my best friend, or and it was just kind of kept hearing this similar story. And I do think there is this community element at Wodaptive that is different to other events I've been to because of the way it mingles together, and it isn't just, oh, this is a great opportunity for an adaptive athlete to go and do a competition that there's not that many around, but it's like, oh, and this is a great opportunity for, I mean, we mentioned Henry, like Henry's he's gone to the CrossFit Games as an adaptive athlete, but he got to compete with his sister as his partner. Like, when's that ever happening? And they were happy to have that like experience. And of course the family's there as well, and they're having a great time because they get to see their kids competing together, and despite the fact that one's missing an arm and the other doesn't train as much as she used to, kind of thing. It's like, it doesn't matter, we can all do this.
There is, I mean, from our first competition, there's a few there. I mean, James Sutcliffe and Sophie from Hambo and Jacob from the Hambo group. They did our first comp, and they've done a few of ours since. And they're now off to the games this year. Sophie was there last year anyway, but to see them start with roughly what we had to then see where they are 2 years later and what they're achieving, it shows that what part of what we've done has helped them get there. I mean, admittedly, they're training hard as they always do anyway, but to see their progress, even through the photos that we've got from the first event to February, you can see the difference between them and how much effort they've put in to get to where they are. And it's paid off because 5 of them from the Hambo Foundation are off to the games.
I think I even met some at the last event, the one at the Gymshark one, that I think she said something like, I don't really do CrossFit, like it's not.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know, she had some link maybe to the Gymshark thing or something like that. So that was sort of how she'd found out about it.
Yeah.
and was like, okay, I'm going to give it a go. And then, and then obviously interviewed her, shared her thing. So I'm following her on Instagram and seeing that she's still training CrossFit. She's still doing it now. And now it's like a, a thing that she's doing. And sometimes it is that, isn't it? Like, especially within the adaptive community, if you feel like there's lots of doors have closed and you can't see an open door, it can be quite frustrating. And sometimes all you need is there to be like, hey, give this a go. And then you're like, oh, actually, this is amazing. I love this.
My first experience of CrossFit was I went to a box and was told I couldn't do it, which was great. But then
I name the box, or we'll leave them.
The box doesn't exist anymore.
Well, of course not.
So, and then I was in my years of deciding what I wanted to do with my life. I set up a clothing brand, and I was at that's when I had my first visit to CrossFit Pi.
Right.
And that's where I met Martin and said, can I do this? And he was like, of course you can. And from Martin coaching me and doing competitions there and stuff, is then I realized, which is where Wodaptive began, because I was competing with friends. I wasn't competing on my own, and in the UK there wasn't that sort of competition, which is why we brought it out. And then from that, I have seen that there's other comps around the world that have seemed to have taken the idea on as well, which is great to see that it has gone to other comps around the world. Whether it's working for them, I don't know. I don't see much of it, but if they're doing it again the following year, it's obviously something that has worked. And the fact that you've got a power athlete and their mate, whoever is with them, great. If they're enjoying it and they're getting into fitness and it's helping them, that's what matters. That's the whole point of it. It's just to be there to make people healthier and fitter. Because from obviously my level of injury, the stronger I am and the healthier I am, the less issues I'm going to get health-wise. There's a lot of people that have done the comps over the years, have gotten better and fitter and can do more from doing the fitness. So that's the main aim, is just to get people fit and healthy.
Yeah.
And try and have fun at the same time.
Do you feel then like your metric of success is very different to a Southwest Regional or a UK Champs or something? Like for you to classify an event as being successful and working, do you kind of feel like you've got your own sort of tick boxes that you're like, as long as these things have happened, then it's a success?
In my head, it's a case of if people are taking up the comp and then carrying on with it afterwards, that's a win.
Yeah.
If they keep coming back as well, it's a double win, which 90% of them do. Some of the time, it's a case of if the comp's sold out, they're on the wait list. But you can't fit everybody into a comp, 1 day comp. I mean, if it goes down the route of where we've got to do a 2 day comp, then we might have to. But
I love it that you've not only just got like a massive facility now, you're already like, and if it has to go 2 days, well, then we'll just go 2 days. And
we've got the venue. The school is more than happy to have us there, but obviously a 2 day comp just takes more planning and more logistics for Ian to do. But that's
and it's also like you've got to get your judges down for 2 days, and it's all of that kind of stuff.
I mean, getting our judges there that's not a problem. The amount that are more than happy to keep coming back, but we try to look after the judges as best we can. We've got a decent pool of judges that come back every time. If they're not available, then we try to get people from the local boxes and get other boxes involved.
If people do want to get involved,
just reach out.
Obviously, you've got a big pool of judges, but there's always it
more.
Seems like events never have enough volunteers, right? Or people to help out. What's the best way then for them just to
drop us a message on Instagram? It comes straight to me. I mean, I'm hoping to try and get George down Coach GT, get him down to judge if he will.
Yeah.
I have mentioned it to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost an adaptive athlete at the moment with his foot. But,
yeah, I did see that. I did rib him for that one and say, "Are you going for lower extremities now?"
Yeah.
And yeah, he's apparently he's filmed something snatch related, so I don't know what's coming yet, but we'll see what that could be.
Yeah.
But even the British weightlifting, the guys from To the Bar, they, when I did their podcast and said that I gave them a challenge of doing seated snatch.
Right.
And there's videos of them sat on plyo boxes attempting to do a seated snatch, and Aaron's just there and he's just laughing because he's like, how am I supposed to do this without engaging my legs? Yeah. And you can see it in their brains working away. He managed it, but every time he's trying to lift the bar, he's laughing because he's like, I can't get it. I can't get it in my head.
I mean, I guess for them as well, like the muscle memory they've got, for lifting is, you know, it's so counterintuitive to now try and do. I was gonna say the wrong thing, but you know what I mean. Like, not it's because I think that's the like when you're first learning to snatch, that's the thing you're constantly being told is like, it's not arms. Like, stop using your arms. Like stop it. It's all coming from the legs. What are you doing? And now you're like, no. You can't use your legs.
Seated athletes, you are literally core if you've got any to engage, and your upper body, and then just hope you don't hit yourself in the face as it goes up, which I can tell you it does hurt.
Well, it's a man who's competed with British weightlifting. He knows this.
Oh no! Even doing it, training with my PT and stuff. The amount of times I've chinned myself, smacked in my nose, forehead.
Yeah.
You still do it. You just carry yourself. No, you can't. You just carry on. I mean, when you can get a PB off of your forehead, you know it's all right.
Yeah. Does it still count?
Of course it does.
Okay. I don't know.
In your home, it's fine.
Oh, in your home, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. You get the green light.
At a comp, you might get a judge that goes, no.
No. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure that's the correct technique.
No.
So speaking of like judges, I remember I think at the one in Southampton I met a couple of people that it was their first time judging an adaptive event.
Yeah.
And I think there is a degree of anxiety that comes. I mean, there's a degree of anxiety that comes with judging. Let's be honest. Yeah. It's not fun to judge.
No.
It can be quite stressful anyway. And I think when you've got this. So I've got to judge this person, and their movement standards are not what I'm. You know, they were experienced judges, but not for adaptive movements.
No.
So there are standards that they're so used to having to like. These are the standards. These are the standards. Oh, hold on. Now I'm getting completely new standards that are nothing like I've seen before.
So we give them a briefing the day before, and they'll get another briefing the morning of the comp to go through majority of the movements that they'll come across, and we encourage the judges to ask who they're judging for range of movement and to get an idea of what they're going to be looking out for. The judges themselves, we only give them 2 teams for the day, and they stay with those 2 teams for the whole day.
Yeah.
So they're not having to learn everything, but they're learning enough. And then if they come back the next time, I know who they've judged from the previous comp, and I then give them somebody different, and then go through that. So that then hopefully the ones that do judge that are coaches are getting a bit more of an understanding of movements if someone does come into their gym or into their box.
Yeah, I quite liked. Again, having had the chance to kind of see a bit of the behind the scenes and how you guys ran it, and seeing that, what I quite liked was, yes, it was sort of range of movement of it wasn't even like, well, you're in a wheelchair and he's in a wheelchair, so this is the standard for a person in a wheelchair. It was like, hold on, like, because even the reason you can be in a chair can be very different, right? So like, and it can affect a whole lot of other things. So I liked when you were having like, you know, the pull-ups, and you're setting up the different stations, different things, and somebody is like, from here I can get the bar maybe to chest, maybe not to chest, maybe it's, you know, this far from the chest, whatever it was. But then they were like, right, well, that's the standard, and it's locked in, and then they don't have to feel bad about no repping them, because they're like, I know you can do it. Whereas, you know, another event where it becomes just a very arbitrary, no, this is the movement. Oh, what category are you in? You're in this category. This is the movement. And then you're saying, well, I can't do that. Like, not because I'm not fit enough. I just physically cannot get into that position. Oh, well, you know, nothing we can do about that.
I mean, one thing that we do at the judging events is don't be scared to no rep them.
Well, that was my other thought, is that I think they do. I think there is there is
a little bit of
like, oh, I feel bad. You know, they're trying. I think especially if somebody doesn't. When you spend a bit of time around the adaptive community, you see the way they speak to each other and the way they speak to other people, and then you're like, you can say almost anything to these people. Like, it does not matter.
It's dark.
I think when you come in the first time, you're a bit, you know, and all you get is the kind of stuff you're shown of like inspirational, this incredible people, this amazing what they can do in their situation, and then you're like, but it's so good they're here and they're working out and they're, you know, I don't want to be the mean one that says that's a no rep, but the person in the lane next to them is looking over and going like, you mean no repping them? What are you doing? Don't let them get away with this. So I think it is tough when you come in for the first time.
But I mean, we try to put the judges at ease, and we tell them if it's not to the standard that they've told you, no rep them. That's the whole point. That's what it's there for. It's hold them accountable for their range of movement. So,
which ultimately is good for them as well, because it's you know, it's reinforcing that they can do that range of movement, and that is because that range of movement is usually like the extreme. It is the limit. It's like the maximum. That's why that is kind of, that is the best you can do, but you can do that. But what we want now is every rep you are doing.
So we had
at maximum effort kind of thing.
At British weightlifting, there was a guy, Paul Garvey. I saw him the day before, and he was the same. He was like, how do I say it's a bad lift or not? I said, if you've seen their range of movement beforehand, you judge it by that. If they're not hitting it, it's a bad lift. And he's like, but what about this? I said, no, just do it. Hold yourself to the standards that you've got with British weightlifting. That's what we're here for. There was a few iffy lifts and there was a few people that probably didn't give a bad lift, but some did. And but it was the first one, and it was one of those. But maybe a few standards slipped for a few of the judges, but everybody had fun. A few of them were like, this is totally different from doing a CrossFit workout, because you've normally got music banging in the background and what have you, but there was none of that. And but there's people were getting PBs left, right, and centre on the day. Purely because
they're not distracted by all that music. That's why.
Well, there is that.
They can finally focus.
I mean, there was still the banter around the back of people, and we were my PT James Doolan was there, and he was acting as a wheelman for a few people, and we were round the back, and we could see it on the TV, and we were looking at the way he was standing and thinking, why is he doing it that way? And it just looked very awkward. And then I told him, said, do it this way, please, because you just look a bit funny on TV.
What was he doing?
He was kind of standing with his legs apart rather than kneeling. It was kind of a
quarter squat type thing.
Quarter squat. and holding them there, and it's just like, okay, it's like, but we were just having a laugh in the background, and then the next thing is like, oh yeah, they're calling you to the stage. It's like, oh, I haven't warmed up yet.
But too busy laughing. There you
go. Too busy laughing. We were just there to have fun and do it. But when people were out on the platforms, they were taking it serious, and I think there was, out of the 17 that were there, I think 11 or 12 PB'd. And not PB'd once, but twice within the two movements.
Oh wow!
So, and hopefully they've gone on to lift heavier and stuff since.
I did remember because they had the British weightlifting like stand at the gym, and it was because did you have like there was an event, a clean program, was it? Was it a clean? One of the workouts.
One of the workouts had squat cleans,
Squat clean, and it was like almost immediately after that workout, I saw so many people flock over to the British weightlifting booth to be like, actually, quite like lifting heavy. I might give that a go.
Because the first time I ever did it was at Emily Muskett's comp that's near me, Lift Me Up one that she does for motor neuron disease.
Right.
And I literally messaged her and said, can I come do your comp? And she was like, I don't see why not. But because it was partly run by British weightlifting, they had to get involved just to make sure everything was all right, which is where the conversations I had with Claire and Maggie came about. And I was like, all you got to do is just let us turn up and do it. It's not hard to incorporate this into this comp. They went for that one. They went a little bit OTT with the judges, and we had judges that are at the Olympics there to judge us, which was great that they come down to see it. But we were in the warm up area, and they went, so we all judges, and we don't know what we're doing. And so me and Abby just showed them our range of movement and said, this is what you're looking for. And they went, oh, if it's as simple as that, we'll be all right. And so it's no different than what you do already. You just got to tweak it a bit for what each person is. And obviously Emily had she had another one this year, which I was supposed to have been in, but I had my wrist lifting that week. And it's just like, it's not worth me doing any more damage than what I've got. But we had there was four para athletes there doing it then, which is more than me and Abby were the year before.
I mean, it does feel like all of these things, obviously, all of these things, it's kind of one of the things, again, when you're in it, you're like, everybody loves CrossFit or everybody loves weightlifting. And then you like zoom out, you look at the big picture and you're like, oh, this is quite niche still. Not that many people are doing this. So growth is always going to be, measured in that regard, right?
Yeah.
Then when it becomes like para athletes, you're like, well, now you're a niche in a niche almost, because it's not even, it's not like, oh, I quite like the Wodaptive stuff. Oh, I quite like the adaptive competitions. I think I'd like to compete in that. I think I'd like to be involved. You're like, yeah, but you can't, Jason. I'm so sorry. I mean, well, you could.
You can. There's nothing to stop you competing in February. We can find you a partner.
Well, for Wodaptive, yes. I just mean in general, with like when you're seeing the growth within, it's interesting that all of these events, like the weightlifting, the adaptive competitions, we're seeing growth there, despite the fact that it's already kind of niche and these things don't grow super fast anyway. And then on top of that, you're needing to find people that meet the criteria for the different divisions that are set up for the, within the kind of.
I mean, British weightlifting next year, they're doing another one, adaptive open.
Oh, nice.
I think that's in June, from off the top of my head, at the same place, and in Birmingham, which was great. It was a great venue. Everybody had a laugh.
How do they manage like the categories? Because this seems to be the constant like nightmare for events. Is just you go to one event and they're like, we've got 6 adaptive divisions, and you're like, oh, that's good. And another one's like, we've got 16 adaptive divisions. And you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
I
okay.
mean, you're always going to have various divisions at various comps. I think there's a new one in Germany this year. They've literally just based it on upper, lower, and neuro. And it's like, okay, so what if someone in a wheelchair came along to do it? They've not got a supposed category for that, but at least they've started somewhere.
Yeah.
Same with British weightlifting. They gave it as a seated and then the other categories. So you kind of all the seated people were in one thing, but the more people that sign up, then you look at the categories again to see where, if there's enough for certain categories, then you can put them into the certain category.
Right.
A lot of it is obviously British weightlifting. It's based on your weight that you do at the end of the day. So it's a little bit easier, and it's a little bit easier with the fact there's just two lifts.
Yeah.
So as long as you're hitting your lifts, then with your weight, you then work out who's going to come first, second, third out of each of the things. So, I mean, we're hoping more will sign up for it next year. I mean, we had the 17 that we had there for it this year. I was pleasantly surprised we had 17 for it, for something that's 2 lifts and it's not as intense as a CrossFit comp.
Yeah. I guess it's a different experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
People sign up for CrossFit competitions. They don't really care where they finish. Sometimes it's more just, I just want to go and do these workouts and do it with my friends and, enjoy the community. Whereas with the weightlifting, it's a little bit more, no, this is just 2 lifts, and it is very much where you're going to finish on the leaderboard that matters.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 lifts I do are they're my nemesis.
Oh, what are they?
I mean, snatching is not my friend.
No.
Clean and jerk
legs, that's why.
That's very true. Clean and jerk is a bit better.
Yeah.
But just give me cleans every day. I'm quite happy.
You don't need a jerk. You're like, I don't need.
No. I did try. Can I just do the clean part? And Claire was like,
yeah. Can I just do the clean and then I'll pass it on to someone else? Yeah. They can jerk it for me, and then we're done.
I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why at their comps I program something that's completely, fun for me, but not everybody else. It's my way of pushing people to enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah. So we won't see snatches programmed by you. It will always be.
So next weekend there's dumbbell snatch, which is programmed by Craig, and there's barbell snatch, which was programmed by Ben.
Yeah, but
I program cleans.
You program clean. Oh, so you're snatching, and cleaning. Oof.
So there's dumbbell snatch. Then what is it? It's dumbbell snatch with echo bike, and then dumbbell clean and press with burpees for one workout, which is 14 minutes long. Mine is 15, 12, 9 of synchro clean, synchro sandbag devil press, box jumps, and then 6 minutes to get 2 rep max clean afterwards. And then Ben's it's just a mixture of, I think it's 30 cals on the echo bike, 10 snatches split between 2 of them, 10 burpees, and then in remaining time, toes to bar muscle ups and pull ups.
Yeah, why not?
3 4-minute workouts.
And 3 4-minute workout.
Yeah. He was kind. He's giving people 2 minutes to recover in between.
No, that's not kind. That's tricky. That's when you think you've got time to recover, and then actually by the time you've even got back to the start line, it's like
you've got the erg shoot, guys. That is literally a minute of ski erg, and then you've got to shoot the 5 targets on the thing. So, which, I mean, some of the workouts have been written for February. They're to be tested.
Who's testing them? Do you test them?
I test mine.
Yeah.
Craig tests his and some of the others within his group at Alt Movement.
Right.
Ben tests his down at Pantheon with some of his para athletes he's got down there. and then if things need tweaking, they do.
Good to know.
Admittedly, my one at the moment is called Sweat and Sarcasm, which that's that. We're looking probably to have 4 workouts again in February, because Ian kindly asked if he could write one, and then when he told me what it was, I was like, okay, it's like they're not going to like you for that, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
It might change. Things will change between now and February, I'm sure, but you've got to start somewhere and look at one and go, okay.
Oh.
But,
so Ian's really moved up in the ranks if he's being allowed to
Ian,
work out.
yeah,
Wow,
Ian has been very instrumental in helping me for the last 6 months and getting everything together ready for February next year.
And this is his reward. Your reward is you.
Oh no, his reward is to build the rig.
Oh yeah, wow.
So
he needs to do a time lapse video of that just to
we're hoping to.
Yeah.
You'll see him there at midnight drinking coffee, looking at it, going, "I don't know what I've got to do now." But
when will he be building it then? Because I'm assuming because it's in February, but it's
so we've got access from the 11th of February to put it up.
Right, and so what day is that? Is that
That's a Wednesday.
That's the Wednesday. Huh. So is it during school? Is the school like not
the school half term starts that weekend?
Ah, okay. I should know this as a dad, but that's.
I mean, it's a good Valentine's Day trip for people.
So you got it from the 11th. Okay, yeah. So is the competition on the 14th? Did you say?
The comp is on the 15th. Comp is on the Sunday. 15th.
Oh, look at that! He's got loads of time. He's got one.
Yeah.
3, oh, he's got so many days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Just him and his little power drill.
Is he doing it by himself?
No,
he's got a team, right? Surely.
He's going to get people. Yeah. I mean, the guys that helped make the rig for us, Half Ball, they're coming up.
They're going to go down and give him a hand.
Give him a hand for the first one, just so.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll help you this time. Pay attention. Make sure you learn what you're doing, because we're not going to help you.
Ian's good at what he does. He's got the mechanical mind in there to do it, but he's just needs people to help him to actually put it up.
You just need manpower, yeah. Well, you've got to hold up big pieces at the same time, and then it's very like I can imagine trying to do that on your own.
I mean, we've got a name. We have got a naming ceremony for it as well. Hopefully, happening on the 14th
for the rig.
For the rig, we're calling it Alan Rigman.
Alan Rigman, nice.
So we're hopefully that will be on the day before, but it'll just be nice to have everybody there again. We've got some people coming, hopefully from international wise.
Yeah.
To come and do it. We'll have the vendor village, which will be the first time we've ever had one. It'll just be a proper comp feeling, which we need.
Yeah. It would be nice if it can be like because I'm trying to think of the other adaptive events. They tend to move around a bit, or I'm trying to think. There are a couple of places. I can think of a few places that generally they have a comp there.
Yeah.
But like the idea of you having this area that is for it is an adaptive competition. It's not a venue that is associated with another event.
Yeah.
First and foremost, like this becomes, that school. Yeah. Oh, that's the Wodaptive one. Like a bit like, I mean, they just had Southwest Regionals at Bath Uni, but Bath Uni for the majority would have been like, well, that's Sid, right? That's Sid Origin. Like that's the association there. Now Southwest have taken over, but but that would be cool. And then, and I think even knowing that there's a vendor village, at an event that is going to have a huge number of adaptive athletes, like that helps vendors that are maybe thinking, I don't want to go to a big event where everyone's going around buying all this other stuff. My product is more tailored specifically to one type of person, and I don't want the other 100 passing by that are just have no need for it, kind of thing. So I do think it's, as you said, it's a big investment.
It is.
Big investment, time,
I mean,
energy, money.
I had a 5-year plan for it,
All right.
and
What we have 2 years in.
that went out the window 2 years in. But the demand was there to have it, and the only way we could do it is if I fully invested into what my financial advisor turned around and said, "Oh, is it just a project?" And I said, "No, this is something now that is a passion." And me trying to get more people to do fitness with their disabilities that's what it's there for. It doesn't matter if you've never done a comp, come and do it.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
I think that's another great thing about it is it's almost as hard as you make it, kind of thing. So it's entry level. If you've never done a comp before, you'd be able to do this, and if you go to a lot, you'd be able to do and enjoy this, and it's going to be a bit different.
Yeah.
And as you said, for some, because it's sometimes we get so caught up in like the competition and the podium and the this and the that, and it's like take a step back and even think that quite often these guys, like I know a couple of guys train at CrossFit Bath. They started doing CrossFit because they were at Bath Uni and they saw Sid Origins. And they were like, what are these people doing? This is crazy. Oh, I want to check out this CrossFit thing. And that's how they found CrossFit. And it is like events can be one of the greatest ads for fitness just in general, which is always important. But as you say, within the the adaptive community, it's often even more important because they need to, that there needs to be stuff for them, and often just for their health, they need to make sure they're still moving, they're doing things, and not letting this stop them. So having that entry level, and as you said, maybe they never come back to Wodaptive.
No, they don't.
But you see that they're off doing other sports and other things that they weren't doing before. That's still a win, right? Like for you, that's
a major win.
So. Well, that's what we want. But right now, before they're doing this, they need to sign. Are there still spaces for February, or is that sold out?
February's competition goes live on Sunday.
Oh, so there's loads of space.
So there's 40 team spots available for February. That will be our biggest one to date if we sell all of them. When you sell all of them, shall we say? But we'll be. I mean, the brands that are supporting Wodaptive Comp, I can't thank them enough for what they've donated over the years. And they're sticking by us. They love the feedback and everything else that we give them, and it will just hopefully grow. And one day, hopefully, the vendor village will be bigger than the comp.
We have like another venue. One venue is just the competition, then another
venue.
Well,
the school's quite big, so we could have one massive school building, which is just the vendor village, and then
spilling into all the classrooms. Like parents' evening, going around to all the different classrooms. Just oh, hello, this is the. So we can quite easily sort something out, but it'll be a good one, and obviously come along yourself as well. Right, everyone heard that. I've been invited back again.
Yeah. Always entertaining.
You
never know. We could get you to compete.
You could. Well,
you can interview yourself then and go. That was just
interview myself. Yeah. Oh, I understand why everybody hates him now.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's incredible what you've pulled off so far. Like the events I've been to that you've done have been, they were very different, but also the spirit was the same, both of them. I remember saying to you, the one I went to at CrossFit Southampton, I'd had a lot of interactions with the adaptive CrossFit community beforehand, but mostly because of the games, mostly because people were emailing me complaints about stuff or athletes and things like that. So it was like I knew a lot of adaptive athletes and I knew kind of how it worked within CrossFit. But it wasn't until I went to this event that I was like, oh, now I start to understand the community and it's very different. And since then, I've was off in Luxembourg for the Iron Showdown again, getting to meet different members of the community, which was really nice. But there is something special there that you guys have built, and I really hope if people like haven't been and they'd like to go and they get the opportunity now that you're in a bigger location, they should try it, even if, as you said, they're not.
No.
If competing isn't the thing you normally do, definitely go. And I've seen a very wide range of abilities, not not because of adaptation, but just abilities within fitness, as you would have at any other competition, and it hasn't sort of stopped anyone. Everyone's had a good time. Awesome. Well, thank you, Nige. I look forward to if I don't see. And before then, all the best this weekend coming, right? That you've got.
Cattle CrossFit.
That's just a little one, just a little taste for.
Come along if you're in the Northampton area. Come along and.
Well, I'm not.
Have a look.
I don't know. I'll Google it in a minute and see.
It's only a little drive for you.
Oh, how far a drive is it? I bet it's.
Bath to Northampton, probably about 2 hours for you.
Oh, actually, it's not too bad. Yeah. Well, you doing it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh no, that'll be tough. Okay. I've only just come back. I've been away like every weekend for the last couple of weeks. You invited me to Southwest Regionals when I was away, so I'm finally back. My family don't know who I am. Wonderful. Well, all the best this weekend then.
Thank you very much.
We will definitely chat anyway, no doubt, before February. But that's exciting. Make sure people are signing up for that if they haven't already. Just a reminder again, everybody, there's still this giveaway on my Instagram if you want to go to Coaches Congress. And on Friday, I'll have another show. On Friday, it'll be a grid recap from my trip to Orlando. So look out for that. Nigel, my greetings and love to all your team and all the hard work that they're doing. Make sure they know that we all appreciate the hard work. And congratulations, Ian. What a promotion you've had. So that's maybe been the highlight of the show. Is just
he'll love the fact that he's had a mention.
Yeah, multiple mentions. But I tell you what, if that rig even shakes a little bit unnecessarily, when
you'll be on it.
I'll be unacceptable. Unacceptable. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and see you on Friday, maybe.
Cheers.
Maybe.